Okay. Tom, today I need to go over a case with her name's Nicole Poole. She's 33 years old, and she's a referral from Dr. John. He's given her a diagnosis of bipolar 2 disorder with specifiers of anxious distress and a history of substance abuse. She also has other medical conditions that could be a factor, which are diverticulitis, pancreatitis, fatty liver disease, fibromyalgia, hiatal hernia, and she also has Hep C. She is a mother of 6 children, ages 13 to 18, 5 boys and 1 girl. Dr. John referred her to us for additional counseling for substance abuse and stress management.
His diagnosis?
Was a bipolar 2 disorder with specifiers of anxious distress and the history of substance abuse. After my initial assessment with her, I feel she needs to return to Dr. John for an update on her medicines and maybe to get a mood stabilizer. She still has manic episodes, and she definitely has mood swings. I also am going to refer her to seek out self-help meetings of 2 meetings a week of her choice. And that should be it.
Is she having anxiety over temptations to use?
No. She's on some medications because of her medical conditions. She's fearful of becoming dependent on opioids again. And she's back on Vicodin because of the pain levels from the medical conditions. And she was going to meetings for a good while, and because of the pancreatitis and diverticulitis got so bad, something had to give. So I feel like the meetings will be helpful to her. Now she's got her pain under control. She does have a sponsor, and she works 12 steps.
Does she have a job? Is she employed?
No, she's not employed. So I feel that we could probably give her some referrals to some other assistants.
Does she wish to be employed?
She does, but right now with her medical, it would make it almost impossible. She is on some psychotropic medication. She's already on Prozac and Xanax with a host of other medicines to help slow down her digestive system, help control the irritable bowel syndrome. She's also on blood pressure medication, antibiotics, and one inhaler called ProAir.
Psychotropic meds are only the antidepressant and the anxiety.
She's on Prozac and Xanax.
That's it.
That's it.
Has she been on mood stabilizers in the past?
Yes, they had her on Boost Bar, which she feels like she did not get any effect from, and they also had her on Abilify at one time that made her more manic.
You know, Dr. G will review that. If she needs a mood stabilizer that doesn't unbalance that, maybe not a mood stabilizer at this point, but she'll have to keep after it to keep the balance. So we can get her back to Dr. John and continue counseling here, right?
Right. Okay. I'm going to suggest that she has monthly or weekly sessions, 3 a month on the phone and 1 in office.
And did you discuss possibly her spouse coming to any sessions with you?
Not yet.
And how was her sleep patterns?
Erratic.
Can you give me specific? How many hours of sleep is she getting in the night, on average?
I would say 6 to 7. But she's fatigued during the day, and she has a tendency to take late afternoon naps, which definitely throw off the internal clock.
Well, if the nap is less than 2 hours, it's a part of the problem instead of the, we'll not get any additional REM sleep in less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
JFK's old power napping is nonsense, it doesn't work. But if she can get a 2-hour nap, that might be helpful.
Well, then she doesn't want to go to bed till like 1 o'clock in the morning. Right?
So we've got to, I would make that a priority, getting her on 8 hours.
Right.
Preferably at one time, if
Right.
not a 2-hour nap. Okay.
And maybe a nap earlier in the day.
Mhm.
Okay, I will definitely make those suggestions. Is there any other suggestions you think I ought to
An
make?
idiot is attempting to reach you on your cellular device.
Any side problems with the children?
You wanna say that again?
I would check out any side problems with any of the children.
She has 3 autistic children. All 3 boys. All 3 going through the puberty and the changes of, yeah.
That can be a burden for her. So that's good for us to know and maybe help her with that.
Right. Some family sessions eventually might be a good idea.
And when you're looking at referrals, if we know about that, something like Hope Bridge in Terre Haute could be a resource for
Okay.
the autistic kids. So, very good.
All right, thank you. Everything's right where it needs to be. So, Nicole, how's your week been and how's your recovery?
It's been very stressful and very trying.
Why's that?
Dealing with some health issues, financial issues, and kids in and out of school due to COVID.
So, are you feeling like your recovery's in danger because of this?
Yes and no. I've been put on certain medications that I have the mental fear of, but controlling the use of when I need it or absolutely need it instead of trying to prevent it is my first step in trying to not become dependent on anything again.
Okay, so Dr. John referred you back to us, and when you first went to him, you were fighting severe obesity. You were not sleeping, and then you were extremely fatigued, severe depression, suicidal thoughts, what you call panic attacks, or actually severe anxiety attacks, but you were having all that. Dr. John diagnosed you with bipolar 2 disorder with moderate to severe anxious distress, which would definitely explain why you have mood swings and manic episodes. And I do agree with that from your assessment. Did your substance abuse start as self-medicating?
Yes and no.
Okay.
It started as being prescribed regularly and then became dependent on the medication, and then after that I started self-medicating, which evolved into addiction.
Okay. All right. I realize you're on medications. Your medical conditions are diverticulitis, pancreatitis, fibromyalgia, fatty liver disease, and a hiatal hernia?
Including irritable bowel syndrome and you said fatty liver disease.
I did say that.
Okay.
All right. And what medications are you on right now?
I'm currently on 60 milligrams of Prozac, 0.5 milligrams of Xanax. I'm on blood pressure medication.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently taking 2 different kinds of antibiotics on top of digestive medication to help slow down my digestive system. And then they've put me back on pain medication, which is my biggest fear of becoming dependent on again.
Okay, and how's that working out?
So far it's working out, but I still have the mental fear of becoming chemically dependent, even though I know it takes a certain amount, up to 21 days, to become chemically dependent, even though I'm not taking them nearly as often as that. But the fear of becoming chemically dependent and falling back into my addiction is still there.
So how often in a week do you think you're taking the pain medication?
3 at the most, and that's
Is that 3 pills or 3 days?
3 pills. I try to not take them unless I absolutely have to. I'm taking them when I am in severe pain instead of preventing the pain.
Okay. All right. I see where your concern is about becoming chemically dependent again. A lot of that's mindset also. And I feel that maybe self-help meetings would be helpful to you. As a constant reminder and reinforcement into the recovery.
Well, I had 4.5 years clean, and I relapsed for a very short time, and I now have 5 years, 1 month, and 6 days clean now. I was continuing to go to self-help meetings for this past 5 years, but within the past few months with my health issues, I have fallen back out due to the stress of family, COVID, my health issues. So I don't disagree on trying to get back into self-help meetings.
Okay, that would be great. Do you know about the local self-help meetings?
I do.
Okay. And which ones do you go to?
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night meetings. There are in the evenings at a church, and I'm very well familiar with them, so I can continue going to them 2 or 3 times a week.
All right. I'm probably going to give you a sign-in sheet so you can get that signed. And I would say 2 meetings a week would be more than sufficient. You can definitely go to more if you feel like you need more, but it will help keep you grounded.
Okay.
Okay. The other part of what I think you need for your treatment plan is that we definitely need to do weekly counseling sessions, but because of COVID-19, we've had a change of how we do things, and we're going to do 3 phone sessions a month, and then have you in office 1 time a month.
Okay.
Okay? And we'll give you reminder calls to remind you that your phone session is going to be the next day. But I also want you to go back to Dr. John. At one point he had you on Boost Bars, correct? Okay. Boost Bars is a mood stabilizer, and part of bipolar is stabilizing those moods. And you do have the mood swing issues. So going back to Dr. John and having him relook at your medications would probably be a good thing.
So reevaluating my medications.
Right. And most likely adding a mood stabilizer.
Okay.
And that will keep you from swinging quite so severely. Does this sound like something that's going to work for you?
Yeah, it's worth a try.
All right. And do you have a sponsor?
I do.
Good, good. Are you still working with that sponsor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you done your 12-step work?
Yes, I live my 12-step work.
Awesome.
I think that's one reason why I still have the clean time I do.
Awesome. Okay. Nicole, I know with COVID-19, life in general has become difficult for everybody, including counselors. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Well, considering that I'm currently unemployed right now, financial stress has been one of my biggest stressors. So, getting clothes and stuff for the children, with how many children I have, has been quite difficult, along with paying utilities and stuff like that.
There's several programs that we can give you referrals to. There is energy assistance, and we can give you the phone numbers to that. Food, we can give you referrals to, like the Township Trustee, and there's many food banks around. Hillcrest Community Center has a food bank you can hit, and they also have a clothes closet, and their hours are 10 to 1 Monday through Thursday. But because of COVID-19, we just went red flag again. You might want to call ahead. Matter of fact, everywhere you might want to call ahead and check their protocols and hours of availability. They may change. So right now we're going to give you, after the session, I'll give you the food pantry information, the clothes closet information, the township trustee. You're in Help Township, correct?
Mm-hmm.
They have a food bank there that you can go to twice a month. Plus, they can help you with some of your utilities and stuff.
Okay.
And that would take a big stress off you. And I already mentioned community action for the energy assistance.
Yeah.
So I will get you all the paperwork on all that. And that should help some relief, especially since you're unemployed. You'll definitely qualify for assistance.
Okay.
So, all right. I think that's all for today. We'll go ahead and get your next appointment set up and get your referral set up. And we got a plan.